All right, I'm going to review the Avengers Age of Ultron, and this came out, I think, 2015. And I know a lot of people say that this is a horrible movie, which I think this is a ridiculous and idiotic point of view, in my opinion, an opinion, period. Now, when people say this is their least favorite, I do understand their point of view in that. Very reasonable point of view, in my opinion. But I'm going to get to just a little brief negative. Actually, I got two negatives in this movie. And number one is Stryker. I think Stryker was very wasted. We saw, a little tease of him in Captain America Civil War. I mean, not Civil War, I'm sorry, Captain America Winter Soldier, where he was the one that created Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver that had they, gave them their special abilities, but was going to do evil deeds with it. So it's kind of a shame we didn't get to see more of this character throughout the MCU. I thought they killed him off too soon, in my opinion. So that's one negative. The second negative to me in this movie, and I know it ain't the fault of Disney, is because it's a whole rights issue, and that is the Quicksilver character played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, as you all know, a quick kick ass, and eventually plays Craven the Hunter. So it's kind of a shame we didn't get to spend more time with this Quicksilver. I thought Aaron Taylor Johnson was great as Quicksilver, but I know that 20th Century Fox owned the rights to the character, and they were doing their own thing in the X-Men movies with Quicksilver, which was a different actor, which to me still was well done. I like Quicksilver in the X-Men movies. We saw the actor in WandaVision, which is pretty cool. They did that little connection, even though it wasn't the same character. So that was pretty cool. They did that. But it's kind of a shame we didn't get to spend more time with this character throughout the MCU. So that probably be my only negatives. But I would say throughout this movie, I had a lot of fun. I saw this in the theater, had a very fun experience in the movie theater, and I thought Ultron was pretty cool. I thought that James Spader was the right choice. He did a really good job with the voice work, the movements, the whole motion capture thing like Josh Brolin did with Thanos. I thought he did well done. He was the right choice for this. He was a very powerful force that the Avengers had to go up against. Love this whole robot army he controlled. I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was that bad. Of course, the Avengers, I mean, there's no surprise there. The actors did their parts in this movie. They did it very freaking well done, in my opinion. Also, I love we get the introduction of the Scarlet Witch, played by the wonderful Elizabeth Olsen. My God, she's such a great force throughout the MCU films. And come on, Kevin Feige, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we can bring this character back. I know they brought her back in What If, but I want to see her live action form again. I want her to give this whole redemption arc because she's such a great character. Please, Kevin Feige, bring her back. We also get Paul Bettany, who did the voice of Jarvis throughout the MCU, is now playing, physical character now. He's playing Vision, which, funny story, guys. My first introduction to Vision is an Avengers arcade game that came out in the 90s, and it was on the Nintendo, I'm sorry, the Super Nintendo, and I think the Sega Genesis. That's my first introduction to Vision. So it's a little funny story there, guys. I know I never knew nothing about Vision in the comics, but it was pretty cool to see Vision introduced in this movie too. And I love that character, love the look of the character, everything about the character. Also, thing I loved about this movie is, my goodness, the references, to Wakanda, pretty freaking cool. We didn't see Wakanda, but we heard the reference, which down the line we get to see Black Panther, which y'all know that. So that was pretty cool reference they did. And the Hulkbuster scene was so cool with Hulkbuster. My goodness, Tony Stark, he is very good with tech, and that Hulkbuster, my God, that thing is just gigantic, and it's just so much freaking fun. That whole scene with him fighting Bruce Banner's Hulk. Oh my God, I love that. Love the whole Sokovia scene at the final battle when they fighting Ultron, his army. It is so freaking fun. I don't know how people can say this is a horrible movie. That is ridiculous, in my opinion. So much fun, guys. It's just, to me, just as fun as the first Avengers. But of course, the first Avengers is a lot better. But this movie is just, from start to finish, it is fun. It's not really no slow parts, in my opinion. When it gets slightly slow, it's still entertaining. I really still enjoyed it. A lot of twists too with this movie as well, with a certain character with Hawkeye, and I like that little thing they did with that too. All in all, guys, all the actors did their parts. They were great in the movie, and I just had fun. This is a great fun summer blockbuster, and very entertaining. So what I would give this, my personal score, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's not horrible, people. Anybody tell you otherwise, they're ridiculous. It's not a horrible film, guys. So 8 out of 10 for me, guys. Very entertaining. I forgot to mention one more thing I loved about this movie is the end credit scene. I love that we get another tease of that hyping us up more in the future, where the Avengers eventually are going to face Thanos. So we get Thanos again, very briefly, where he's taking the Infinity Gauntlet, and oh my God, this the reaction in the theater, and my reaction, I was like, oh, yeah, he's about to, he's coming, he's coming. And the Avengers are gonna have work on their hands when they go against Thanos. So that was a pretty cool scene. So that's another thing I want to say positive about this movie.